Hey there, history lovers. It's your boy, your name here, back with another deep dive into the annals of time. What if I told you that February 9th is a day filled with bizarre coincidences, game-changing inventions, and a few jaw-dropping disasters? From world-changing birthdays to shocking plane crashes, today's journey through history will leave you amazed. Ready to explore the wild world of February 9th? Buckle up because we're about to embark on a historical roller coaster ride. Okay folks, let's be honest. Who doesn't love a good slice of pizza? Whether you're a pepperoni purist or an adventurous pineapple enthusiast, no judgment here. Pizza has a special place in our hearts and stomachs. So, it might surprise you to learn that February 9th is actually National Pizza Day. That's right, a whole day dedicated to celebrating one of the most loved foods worldwide. Now imagine floating in zero gravity with a slice of pepperoni. Talk about a dream meal. But how did this cheesy goodness become a global phenomenon? Well, the origins of pizza can be traced back to ancient civilizations, who created flatbreads topped with various ingredients. But it was in 18th century Naples, Italy that pizza as we know it today began to take shape. Street vendors would sell these flatbreads with simple toppings like tomatoes and cheese to the city's working class. It was a cheap, delicious, and filling meal, and it quickly gained popularity. Now, fast forward a couple of centuries and pizza has become a global sensation. From the bustling streets of New York City to the quiet villages of Italy, pizza has captured the hearts and stomachs of millions worldwide. And let's be real, there's something magical about that first bite of a hot, fresh pizza, the way the cheese stretches and the flavors explode in your mouth. So, this February 9th, grab a slice, or two, or three, and celebrate National Pizza Day. Just remember to savor every bite and appreciate the long and delicious history of this beloved food. Alright, after a hearty Pizza Day celebration, how about we wind down with a little relaxation? February 9th also happens to be Read in the Bathtub Day, a perfect excuse to grab your favorite book, or e-reader if you're feeling modern, and soak away your worries. And let's be real, is there anything more relaxing than a warm bath with a captivating story? Just imagine, you, a mountain of fluffy bubbles, and a book that transports you to another world. It's like a mini vacation for your mind and body. But a word of caution from someone who's been there, done that. Try not to drop your book in the water. Trust me, your e-reader won't survive that bath, and soggy pages are never a good look. But why is reading in the bathtub such a universally loved activity? Maybe it's the warm water that loosens up our muscles and eases our minds, making us more receptive to the stories we're reading. Or maybe it's the feeling of being enveloped in something warm and comforting, like a literary hug. Whatever the reason, there's no denying the simple pleasure of escaping into a good book while soaking in a hot bath. The point is to relax, unwind, and let the power of words transport you to another place. So, this February 9th, draw yourself a warm bath, grab your favorite reading material, and indulge in a little literary self-care. Trust me, your mind and body will thank you for it. Hold on to your hats, music lovers, because we're about to take a trip back to the 1960s, a time of social change, cultural revolution, and of course the music that defined a generation. On February 9, 1964, a little band from Liverpool called the Beatles made their American debut on the Ed Sullivan Show. Now, for those of you who weren't even a twinkle in your parents' eyes back then, let me tell you this wasn't just a performance, it was a cultural earthquake. Over 73 million people tuned in to watch those four lads from Liverpool. That's nearly half of the US population at the time. Imagine the anticipation, the excitement, the sheer energy crackling through living rooms across America as John, Paul, George, and Ringo took the stage. Their music, their style, their hair, oh that hair. Everything about them screamed rebellion and a break from the norm. They were fresh, they were different, and they were exactly what America needed. This moment officially kicked off Beatlemania, a frenzy that swept the nation and cemented the Beatles' status as global icons. Their music wasn't just catchy, it was a soundtrack for a generation hungry for change, for self-expression, and for a little bit of rock and roll. From their iconic haircuts to their unforgettable melodies, the Beatles challenged conventions and pushed boundaries. They inspired countless artists, broke down musical barriers, and proved that music has the power to unite an entire generation. So crank up your favorite Beatles album and let the music transport you back to a time when four lads from Liverpool took the world by storm. Chapter 4, A Day of Tragedy. remembering Vyasa Flight 742. After the exhilarating highs of Beatlemania, we turn now to a more somber event in history. February 9th is also a day marked by tragedy, a day that reminds us of the fragility of life and the enduring impact of loss. On this day in 1969, Vyasa Flight 742, a DC-9 jetliner, crashed shortly after takeoff from Caracas, Venezuela, claiming the lives of all 84 passengers and 15 crew members on board, as well as 53 people on the ground. The plane, bound for Rome with a stopover in Lisbon, had barely left the runway when disaster struck. It plummeted into a densely populated neighborhood near the airport, sending shockwaves through the community and the world. The horrifying scene that greeted first responders painted a stark picture of the devastation. Investigations into the crash pointed towards a tragic combination of pilot error and possible mechanical failure, highlighting the crucial need for aviation safety and the constant pursuit of improvement. This tragic event serves as a stark reminder of the risks inherent in air travel, despite the advancements in aviation technology over the years. It underscores the importance of rigorous safety regulations, thorough maintenance protocols, and continuous training for pilots and crew members. The memory of Vyasa Flight 742 serves as a solemn reminder of the human cost of such disasters. It's a day to remember the lives lost, to reflect on the lessons learned, and to appreciate the fragility of life. Chapter 5. Happy birthday, Thomas Paine. Let's shift gears now and celebrate the birthday of a true revolutionary. Born on February 9, 1737, Thomas Paine was a political activist, philosopher, and revolutionary whose words ignited a firestorm that helped shape the destiny of a nation. Now, Paine wasn't born with a silver spoon in his mouth. He faced his fair share of hardships and setbacks throughout his life. But he had a sharp mind, a sharper pen, and a burning passion for justice and equality. In 1776, at the height of the American Revolution, Paine published a little pamphlet called. This wasn't just any ordinary pamphlet, it was a literary bombshell that shook the colonies to their core. In clear, concise language, Paine argued for complete independence from British rule, challenging the status quo and igniting a firestorm of debate. Imagine dropping a book so powerful that it helped spark a revolution. Talk about a bestseller. Became an instant sensation, selling over 500,000 copies in its first year alone. Paine's words resonated with colonists from all walks of life, igniting a fervor for independence and fueling the revolutionary spirit. He championed the ideals of democracy, individual liberty, and self-governance, ideas that would shape the very foundation of the United States. So on Thomas Paine's birthday, let's take a moment to appreciate the power of words, the courage of conviction, and the enduring legacy of one man who dared to challenge the status quo and fight for a better world. Chapter 6. A Nation's Colors. Rwanda adopts its flag. Our final stop on this journey through February 9th takes us to the heart of Africa, where a nation was forging its own path toward independence. On February 9, 1961, Rwanda, still under Belgian administration, took a significant step towards self-determination by adopting its national flag. This wasn't just a symbolic gesture, it was a powerful statement of identity and a beacon of hope for a nation on the cusp of change. Imagine the emotions, the pride, the sense of ownership as the newly designed flag, with its vibrant colors and symbolic imagery, was raised for the first time. The flag, a tricolor of red, yellow, and green with a blacker at its center, represented so much more than just a piece of cloth. It embodied the spirit of a nation yearning for freedom and self-governance. The red symbolized the bloodshed during the struggle for liberation, a poignant reminder of the sacrifices made in the fight for independence. The yellow represented hope and optimism for a brighter future, a future where Rwandans would chart their own destiny. The green symbolized the country's natural wealth and the promise of prosperity. The adoption of the flag marked a pivotal moment in Rwanda's journey towards full independence, which it would achieve just a year later, in 1962. It was a powerful declaration to the world that Rwanda was ready to stand on its own 2 feet, to govern itself, and to determine its own future. So, as we reflect on the significance of February 9th, let's remember the day Rwanda unveiled its national flag, a symbol of its hard-won independence, its vibrant culture, and its enduring spirit.
Check, check, check 1, check 2, check.
Outro, that's a wrap on February 9th. Wow, February 9th, one day, so many stories. From musical revolutions to space-age pizza, history keeps surprising us. It's a wild ride through time, filled with triumphs, tragedies, and everything in between. What's your favorite fact from today's video? Let me know in the comments. And if you've got a cool fact about any date, share it. We might feature it in a future video. Every day holds new discoveries, new stories waiting to be told. So, if you're hungry for more historical adventures, hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell so you won't miss a single episode.